Melanie Franks, 2 hours ago, my dog's been panting since midnight last night. Is this normal, or do I need to take her in to the vet? She's 60 days pregnant. Oh. Well, I mean, look, here's the deal. If she's just started, you should have been taking a temperature, so you should have a better idea about more information here. But look, let's just assume that this is the beginning stages of labour, which it probably is. Panting normally means something in the order of 6 hours or less before puppies, so you better keep this dog close to you.
If she's big and pregnant and puppies are moving around, that can make them pant.
Yeah, well, she's 60 days pregnant.
Take her temperature, please.
Dogs with lots of puppies tend to go a day early as well.
Progesterone test. You can start doing progesterone test if you want to. Reverse progesterone test. See what.
Guess what Susan Brocksmith says about your heroes?
No, I don't know.
She says they're beautiful, and they are.
Yeah, they're kids' babies.
Oh my dear, here Jay Wade has got just a huge long thing about my oxygen concentrators we have. He said that I wouldn't trust the machine as per crazy stuff here. Look, Mr. Wade, here's the first thing. Here's some things that I think you really have wrong. You seem to think that you need to have a large flow rate for a large litter of puppies. These things are designed for human beings that weigh something between 100 and 300 pounds. If you have a litter of 10 puppies and they weigh a pound apiece, that'd be 10 pounds of puppies. You do not need much flow rate for the largest litter you can come up with. So, you know, that argument at the end there is completely fallacious. It just doesn't make sense. The thing to do is, this oxygen concentrator produces 90% oxygen at 1 litre per minute, which is more than enough oxygen. Go do the test where you light up a toothpick and see if it'll light it back up again. I mean, I've got tons and tons of people who use these machines very successfully and save puppies. So you bash it all you want to, but the proof's in the pudding and they absolutely work. So
you're wasting your breath.
Yeah, anyway, all right. So somebody's asking about the DNA on your heroes. Want to know where? I got quite a few questions in here about your heroes.
Oh, just give me a call and I can give you all the answers you want.
So
please call me.
People would like us to do a video on your heroes, and I will. The problem is that Euro heroes are still far and few between. There aren't very many Euro heroes out there, and I still don't have a solid handle on what it takes to make a Euro hero. Now, we've got some ideas, right, Tammy?
Yeah. We think it's the maskless, which my babies are what?
Definitely needs to be maskless.
I thought I was fixing to have a wreck.
No.
Okay, maskless and cream and the intensity and,
or
you
play
know.
factor into it. Yes.
Yeah, the AY gene and AYAT gene.
So
things like that.
I know what you can't have. You can't have brindle.
No.
You can have pied because we produced a pied Euro hero. So they come in pieds. You've got to have maskless. I think you've got to have a copy of cream, but not 2 copies. There's one puppy in that litter that has 2 copies, and of course that ends up being a cream dog.
Well, Esme was 2 copies of cream too.
Yes, that was the previous litter, right? So to show the Euro hero, you can't. I think you need 1 copy of cream. You've got to be maskless. You can't have brindle, and I suspect you've got to have a copy or 2 of intensity.
Yeah.
So that's all we know so far.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah. More to be found out. So as we get more, we'll let you know about that.
Yeah. My little boy, cream boy. Now I'm being partial, but my little cream boy, I think he'll just beat Winston all to heck.
Winston being the Purina champion.
AKC Purina champion.
Well, he's a pretty dog too, so.
Yeah, he's pretty, but I think my little boy is.
Well,
I mean, his front legs are so straight.
He looks really good right now, doesn't he?
Pretty.
Yeah, he looks really good right now.
Now, you know.
I think Cody might keep him actually. Make a little stud dog out of him. He's really pretty.
We'll see, because he's short, squatty like Kit. Oh my, he's precious. All of them are precious. All my babies are just like
Kristen
kids.
Dominique says, can we correct or fix a cow hawk on a 10-month-old dog?
I don't know what a cow hawk is.
Is it a cow lick?
A cow lick?
You can't fix a cow lick. The cow licks can't be fixed.
Hawk, is that on a leg of a...
somebody chime in on this about what a cow hawk is, because I don't know what a cow hawk is. I'm not familiar with it. I suspect the answer is going to be to this, whatever a cow hawk is, the answer is going to be no, you can't fix it.
No, I'm not waiting, because I think I'll just wait.
Oh, here's another good one. Bina Schnitzel says, a fellow breeder sold a dog for $6,000 in Texas. She took $1,000 cash deposit. Lady came back to pick up, gave her a $5,000 credit card, then reversed that.
Oh no.
guess what? You lost that one. You're not going to win those ones.
No, because the credit card company protects their
Had it happen to us.
customers. Yep, we've had that happen to us. A lot more than $5,000 that we lost out on.
Yep.
And I tell you, they're crooks. They're crooks. They know exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
So don't take credit cards. Do wire transfers. Safest way you could go to protect yourself.
Well, I think it's worth talking about this in a little bit of detail here, since this is something that comes up quite a bit. So let's have a discussion about payments, because it's
that guy was coming in this lane.
There's only a few forms of payment that are safe that cannot be reversed. So the ones that absolutely will get you in trouble are credit cards, PayPal, because a PayPal could be a credit card be used on PayPal. I think that Cash App and Venmo are safe, but I might be wrong on that. People might chime in if they've had problems with that.
Do a wire transfer. That's the
So
safest
wire transfer
way to
and
go.
cash and a check that's cleared the bank, they're all safe.
Yeah, but do you really want to take a check?
Well, if you take a check ahead of time, you've got to make sure the check clears the bank, which takes up to 10 days. Somebody can give you a check and you think it's all good and you take it to the bank and then it gets sent for deposit and it takes a week to come back and they say it's no good and the money gets taken out of your account.
Yeah.
So a check's only good after it's been cleared, and so they might as well just give you cash, right?
But if they do a credit card through PayPal's, claims that they're going to protect you.
They're not.
Well, they're not, because the credit card is going to protect that customer.
Yep.
And so it doesn't matter what contract you had.
Yep.
What any kind of proof you had on anything else, on writing, on paper, nothing, because the credit card company protects their customers, and I mean you can show them all the proof you want, and it's not going to happen.
So let's talk a little bit about from the customer's point of view, because that's the other side of this coin. Right? The other side of this coin is what protects you from getting screwed, and the answer to this one is it's not a method of payment. What protects you is making sure that you have a contract in place, and that you make sure that the person physically owns the dog, and it is the dog that you're expected to get.
Right. FaceTiming that makes you comfortable.
Right. If anybody's done this properly from a breeder's point of view, they're not going to allow you to reverse the charges by you'll see these things, for instance, where somebody says, "Oh, I'll sell you a dog, but we'll put it in escrow, and if you don't like the dog, don't worry, we'll take the dog back, and the escrow company will send you the money back." That is a scam every single time. There is nothing out there that will protect you as a person buying a dog, other than the fact that you're going to go physically pick the dog up, or you trust in the people you're buying the dog from. That's the truth of it.
Yeah. And I've had people say, "Well, how can I trust you?" Well, like us, we've been in the business for 20 years, and
that's right.
That's apparently we've done something right. But I mean, you can, it's.
Well, it's a leap of faith, isn't it? There is a leap of faith that has to happen.
It has to be trust on both sides.
So the only way of making this completely safe is to do a transfer of money right there with cash when you actually pick the dog. The problem with this is...
But you have to do the deposit first.
Well, yeah, the problem with this is if you look at us, we're not going to sell you a dog on a cash transaction for the whole amount that happens at 10 weeks old, because you may come and look at the dog at 10 weeks old and decide that you don't want the dog. And that gets us in a really difficult situation. So... it's a two-way street.
Normally, our customers do FaceTime.
They always
videos.
We always recommend it.
Yeah.
If somebody gives you the excuse, "Oh, I've got an Android phone, I can't do a FaceTime," then they can do it through Facebook.
They got a friend that has a phone. If they want to sell you that dog bad enough, they've got a friend that has a phone, a relative that has the phone that'll FaceTime. Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook, FaceTime.
If you're trying to buy a dog from somebody and they're putting too many roadblocks in the way of why they can't do things for you,
that's a bad sign.
It's a bad sign.
Bad flags.
And there's another side to this as somebody who's selling dogs. If somebody puts a lot of restrictions on you about what they want you to do in preparation for selling a dog, that's not a good sign either, by the way. So this is a two-way street, isn't it? They've got to. There's a certain amount of give and take that has to happen, and there's no perfect solution to this. But just I mean, it's you never can be completely sure that you're getting the dog that you want until you've got the dog. That's the truth of it.
Right.
But
Jason, I've done that.
Many times.
How's this going to look? How's this going to look?
Many times, yes. Yeah, so the
And it's
problem with
turned
this
out
is that, you know, you always think you're going to get the, you know, it's going to be Winston who just won the Prina show. There aren't very many of those dogs out there, and the chance of you getting that dog is pretty slim. It's not to say it couldn't happen,
If you've done your homework.
but
and
you might get 95% of Winston.
Yeah.
Right.
You done your homework,
Yeah.
you looked at your FaceTime, you looked at videos,
Yes.
you've seen pictures.
And the time to do that
And
is...
the mom and dad.
That's another
you
thing.
know?
Look at the mom and dad.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Look-
That's
look at
exactly
the-
right. Look at the mom
who's
and dad.
on
It
the
gives you a good
pedigree.
idea about what you might be getting. But I think the point here is that all of that work has got to be done before you ever basically sign a contract. But if you dilly-dally around on signing a contract, somebody else may buy the dog out from underneath you. And that does happen on these special, really nice dogs. So, you know, it's do your homework, get it all done quickly, but make sure there aren't any stupid roadblocks in the way. And you know, the sure sign of somebody who's scamming you is where they are pressuring you to get something done quickly, and the price just sounds a little bit too good. So.
Yeah, if you came across a price that sounds too good to be true, you better be double checking.
Better cross those T's and dot those I's.
Yeah.
And not dot those I's.
Make sure you're doing plenty of FaceTiming, and if they only text you, that's another thing. If there's people that'll say, well, all I got was a text from them, a text. And you want to talk to them on the phone. That's why I volunteer people to call me.
Yes.
You know, I'll text a little bit, but call me.
I'll tell you something else that you can do, and I haven't really talked about this very much. I did talk about it in one video quite some time ago. If somebody sends you a picture, you could do a reverse lookup on Google with that picture, where Google will go find that picture for you and see if there's any other instance of that picture. Because these people who are scamming, they don't have the dog and they don't have a picture of the dog. They ripped off a picture from us or somebody else.
Yeah.
So you can do a reverse Google. It takes a little bit of work, but it's not that hard to do. Do a reverse image lookup on Google.
Yeah.
And if you find that dog showing up in other places, you know that you were about to
Somebody's
get scammed.
selling the same dog.
Yeah, you're about to get scammed.
Yeah. Just remember, scammers get better and better by the mistakes they make. And it's just, you know, so you really got to protect yourself.
Yes, but if you make a scammer jump through enough hoops, they'll give up on you.
Yeah. They
But,
won't answer your calls anymore.
And I mean, you know, one of the sure sign things, another thing would be, if somebody's English is very poor.
Yeah.
They're probably in Nigeria, you know.
Yeah.
Their grammar's incorrect, their use of words is incorrect, their spelling is incorrect. That's a pretty good sign.
We had some customers holler at us saying, this guy's scamming y'all. He's using your videos and claiming that I was his wife. So James got the phone number from that customer that called us and told us about it.
I want an alimony. I want an alimony from him. I was like, where's my alimony?
James called him up and goes, hey, you got a puppy for sale? And he goes, yeah. And he says, you know what? Your wife looks just like my wife. And the guy clicked.
And she's very needy. I'm trying to warn him about what he's about to let himself in
James,
for.
you got it so rough. Everybody get your violins out. Play a little tune.
Yeah, whatever.
For James, or your record.
Yeah.
My heart bleeds for you, or send him a quarter so he can call. Well, I don't know.
You know what? I'm really glad. I'm really glad I'm not Mormon.
James.
No, seriously.
James.
Tell me to stop
End
it.
this conversation.
No,
right
but seriously,
there.
I can't.
James.
How many of you out there would like to have 3 husbands? I mean, one husband's enough, right? And just on the other side of it too. But on that note, I think we better stop this video right now. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Call me about my babies.
Oh yeah, call me about the babies.
Watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.